Welcome back. I've got Hall of Fame coach Candace Moats here, and she's fantastic. If you didn't watch or listen to our first podcast conversation, go back and watch it. I was in tears. Coach has me so motivated. I'm going to apply for jobs today. It could be swimming, it could be water polo. I don't care. I want to be back coaching kids after talking to you. So thank you for that.
Uh,
Let's talk about recruiting for a little bit because it's such a
okay.
big part of your world.
Yeah.
Whenever I talk to coaches that like you, that and they're so rare, that have these 1,000 wins over their career, and you do the math and you're like, how in the heck does anybody win 25 games every single year over and over again? Because it's so hard to bring in the talent to do that every year, to compete.
Yeah.
Where was your philosophy back when you started, and how has it changed in terms of how you recruit and how you build that program? Because you've had to adapt, I would
Yeah.
imagine, 20 different times in
Oh,
how you
yeah.
build that program, right?
Yeah. I think, Matt, when you're young, you have so many aspirations that are self-driven. They're
Yeah.
not really other-centered. They're really just, I got to win. I got to prove that I can win. That was starting out right away. I
Right.
got to prove to myself that I'm a good coach or I'm going to quit. And so all these things that are driving you are then your somewhat philosophy of what you're trying to do. And that is, oh, I got to go get the best players. I didn't even really necessarily think about, well, what kind of character do they have? What kind of style of coaching do they need? What kind of, how can they coordinate with each other? Is this going to be something that they are going to enjoy each other? There was none of those things. It was just more, I'm going to get the best players I can get because we're going to win, because I want to win. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right?
Nope, there's
But
not.
you can really get the best players on the court. And this is cliche that people say, you can have the best players on the team and the best team and still not win.
Right.
And so those are where things have changed for me. Now, at the universities that I've been at, there's always been criteria that I've had to stay within because I've stayed within the Christian universities. So I can't just go out and get a crazy person, not crazy person. I mean, somebody that doesn't want to stay within the guidelines or the lifestyle statement that we have, right?
We don't want that faith-based education,
No,
right?
exactly. Thank you. That's
Yes.
exactly it.
Yes.
And if that is something that they want, then okay, then we start from that premise. So my areas that have changed and grown is through what kind of person am I? I need to understand who I am. What do I thrive with? How do I, what kind of coaching style is comfortable for me in that then it helps others that are around me rather than hurt others that are around me. Now, with the generations that have changed over the years and more anxiousness and anxiety of more kids, I've had to then adjust myself as well. I'm I'm a disciplined person and I want all these kind of things, but I have to also realize that some of the change has to be me. And my philosophy has always been get the best, absolute best players you can get and be very patient with that. I go after the highest level I can, but
Yeah.
I also do not sacrifice the fit of faith base at all the universities I've been at. I don't sacrifice hard work. I don't sacrifice wanting something. And I always ask my recruits every time I talk to them on the phone, what's your dream? What do you want? What are you going after? And then tell me, what do you think it takes to get there? Because everybody wants to tell you, I want to win a national championship. But do you know what my team goes through to get that? Do you know what it takes every single day when you come to practice, when you've got 3 tests the next day? Do you know what it takes to travel a lot and not be able to have that social interaction on your floor, dorm floors? Do you know that you probably are going to spend most of your time studying, spending time with your teammates, eating, sleeping? doing it again with practice. Do you understand those things? Because sometimes people don't. And I just want to really help them, especially I think that a lot of times your larger D1, maybe they understand the athlete, like hey,
Right.
this is major power four, power five schools. They get it, right? But a
Right.
lot of times in the NAI space, maybe your D2 space, your D3 space, they might come in and go, hey, I want to have a good time at college and I want to have all this fun and everything. And everybody has that, even D1s. But I think everybody has to understand that there is a place too for when you decide to do an extracurricular activity that there is a little bit of sacrifice that you have to give up in other things. And you have to
Right.
understand that. So I listen for that.
Yeah, I bet you do. I'm curious because when I was a college coach, I worked at schools where the academics were really high. The first question I would always ask a kid is, what's your GPA? What's your test scores? Because if you're below a 3.4, 3.5, I'm really wasting my time. It doesn't matter how much I love you and how
Yeah.
talented you are. I'm gonna have a hard time getting you in the door. And even if I can get you in the door, your parents are probably paying $20,000 to $30,000
Yeah.
just to send you to school so you can play basketball for me. So my question is for you, when does that faith question get asked, or how do you approach that with a kid that you like? You've seen her on the court, you've seen her film. When do you get into that faith part of who they are in their character and their belief system, so you know they're going to be able to be comfortable in that transition to Indiana Wesleyan?
Yeah. Matt, that just has to happen right away.
Okay, I
I,
figured.
I, okay, so here's the other thing for me that I listen for a lot because I have several kids like this right now. A lot of times people look at the faith-based schools and they think, oh, you got to be Mother Teresa to be able to come to a school
Right,
like this.
right.
And I just really try to help people understand that this is not the case. This is not the case for faith-based schools. You are not some heroic person that has to be as perfect or you can't mess up or anything like that. There's just so much misunderstanding of, I think, Christian universities. It's a very normal school. It's a very, you're human. You're coming with your humanity to the university. So,
Teenagers, lots and
yes,
lots of teenagers and hormones
yes,
and
absolutely. And there's going to be lots of choices and there's going to be lots of struggles and there's going to be times you mess up. And yeah, Matt, the day that I don't even know where it came from, but I said a swear word during practice. And it was like it shocked me even. And it was silence. And then all of a sudden, everybody was like, somebody started laughing and I started laughing. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what happened there. I'm so sorry I said that. It's like we're human. But
uh,
I just like to help people say, okay, here is some lifestyle statements that if you stay within these. So, for example, don't find the parties every weekend and go drink. Don't find those things because you're not going to thrive at our school. If you get
choices.
caught, if you get caught, then you're going to be in probation and all those things. And it takes away from your enjoyable journey with the volleyball program.
Yeah,
And I don't want to chase after you.
you
So
want you
I
you
really,
you've said it. You want to win, and it's
I,
hard to win when you're partying and not sleeping. And
yes. And if that's what you want, and this is the thing, like I make nobody feel bad. If that's what they're ready to do, leave home and go be on their own and explore and do all these different things, go. Just don't come here. Just don't come here. And
yes,
I just want kids that, even if they don't know for sure and they're scared to death, to, in a sense, in their mind, have created some kind of faith-based school look-alike. This is what it
yes,
should look like. I help them understand that you are exactly who you need to be, and you can always be who you are. We are not trying to transform you to anybody else. Just come and be yourself. And if you can stay within these boundaries, then You are good enough. And that's what I say to these guys. They're just come and enjoy and be yourself and then explore. That's what college is about. Explore the things that are all around you.
I was raised Catholic.
Yeah.
I'm very agnostic at this point in my life, but I bounce back and forth because my faith has always been a huge part of my journey.
Yeah.
I just see it a little differently. I don't see it with brick and mortar like I used to.
Yeah.
Where does forgiveness work in the world of a faith-based school? Where is forgiveness in that world?
Grace and forgiveness, Matt, is the foundation. It's the foundation of what God offered to us in sacrificing his son to us to provide an opportunity for us to be saved. And grace and forgiveness it's the foundation. If you can't have forgiveness and be able to see people for who they are and to see the best in them, even in their worst moments, then you shouldn't be working with people
Agreed.
because you got to see people in their best versions. Nobody is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
So to love them, to help them understand that, hey, okay, we messed up here.
Yeah.
Okay, we made this decision. Shoot. And our school is 100% full of grace and forgiveness.
It's great.
Nobody gets booted from our school.
Good.
They just get, hey, let's talk about this. Why did you make this decision? What are some of the things that you're struggling with right now? Very much so important.
Love that. Give me one thing that gets you excited about a kid that you see on film, you see her live, she shows up at your door. Give me one thing that just gets you giddy to have that, try and get that kid on your roster to be part of your family.
Somebody that has life. I love kids today that just have joy and they're alive when they come to visit. They're excited about it. They're not quiet, hiding behind mom, just unengaged or disengaged.
Right.
I just, it tells me that somebody is after something, they've got passion, they have some direction at what they want to try to approach and go after. I just want somebody that feels alive to me and
Yeah.
comes in and just has fun. And we start to talk, and you don't even know that your hour's gone by already because there's just engagement and we're having fun. And I make it pretty easy to
Yeah.
not have to come up with a lot of questions or, hey,
Right.
tell me about this. It's an easy question, or tell
Yeah.
me what's one thing that makes you laugh, or
That's right.
it's super easy. It's
Yes.
not something that's, oh, give me all these deep, meaningful pieces of your life.
Yeah. Why do you
Just,
love the game? What do you like
yes,
about being a team? Things like
yes.
that.
Think
Yeah.
what makes you happy? What's the
What makes you
funniest thing
happy?
someone said to you in a huddle or whatever? Stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. I don't think that the average teenager understands that's where we're headed. That's what we want out of this. This
Yeah.
is a relationship. We're going to be together for at least 4 years and hopefully 40 years after that.
Yes.
I want to get to know you. I want to get to know who that person is deep down inside.
Yeah.
We want to be around each other. Maybe you don't like me. Maybe I'm not a good fit for you, but let's
Right.
figure that out. Right.
And that's the thing that another thing that changed in me in recruiting, Matt, is that I think most coaches are pretty good manipulators. I think they really are. They
Yeah.
can talk the talk. And if they want somebody, boy, we can create a script that pretty much everybody's thinking, oh gosh, I want to
Yeah.
go there. One thing that I really started to recognize is that I do not want to have to work hard to get a kid to say yes. I want to be myself. I want to share the things that are enjoyable to me. I want them to see that. If they resonate with that, great, and they'll start to engage with you in it.
Yes.
But if they don't see it and they're really struggling and they're really like, "Ah, I don't know," kind of thing, I just say, I think you should go away and really start thinking about what you really want, because it's okay. I'm not putting handcuffs on you and telling you that you have no choice.
Yes,
It's your life. And I want somebody to come to our school because they picked it, because they see themselves on the court, they see themselves with the teammates they have met, and that they see themselves at the school and that they're going to have a blast.
yeah,
That's what I want them to know and pick, because they see that for themselves, not because of how I rush them into a decision, or, hey, if you don't sign today, I'm going to the next person.
that's right.
Most of the time we don't, but often that's said. I
Yeah,
get kids that tell me all the time, I got to decide because I've got 2 days to make this decision. I'm like, then you got 2 days, I guess, with that school, but not here. You don't
that's
have
right.
2 days. I want you to really know
Yeah.
that you're
Yeah.
coming here.
I
Now,
don't
I
want you
do have
just for a
limits.
year.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to do this all again in a year.
exactly.
Right.
That's exactly right. And that's what's happening today. If you don't have people on the transfer portal, it's usually, wow, I want to go talk to you. What's going on at your school that you didn't have somebody leave?
It's the biggest problem with coaches and with athletes is, I'm going to use that same word, manipulate.
Yep,
Sometimes we manipulate ourselves. Oh, she's so talented. Not
yep,
sure about the character. There's some red flags there, but I want that talent. And we
yeah,
manipulate our brain to say, I'm going to do what it takes to get her when I know deep down it's not a good fit. And then we have the kids that do the same thing.
yeah,
3 national championships. I want to be a part of that fourth, but maybe I don't want that faith component. Maybe I
yes.
don't want the size of the school. Maybe they don't have my major, but I'm going to change my major because I want to be a part of that. So I think that manipulation is often internal as much as it is external.
Oh, 100%. You hit that so on the head. That is so true.
I want to wrap this up, Coach. Again, I might have you back in a couple months just so we can talk more if you're up for it. Uh,
Matt, anytime
oh
I would
gosh,
love to join.
I've loved every second of this. Give one piece of advice to a family with a teenage girl that wants to play college volleyball and maybe wants to play at Indiana Wesleyan. What advice would you give them as they're starting this journey to play at the next level?
Yeah. I would say identify some schools that you see yourself at and why. Why are you putting that school name on a list? Maybe write the school name and then write a why, just right beside it. So that, okay, this is why I put that school name on there. And maybe it'll change for you and that as you look at it later. But for initially, when you're thinking about it, okay, this is why I put that school name on there. Then I would say that in funneling it more towards our school, one thing that I think some of the best players that I have on my team, Matt, have been people that have reached out to me.
Yep.
I,
Same here.
I,
Yeah.
I haven't found them.
Yeah. The
They've
best
reached
players
out
I've
to
coached,
me.
they found me. Yeah.
Oh, and they write me an email and tell me, hey, this is something I'm looking at. I'm excited about this school. A lot of kids like do their homework. They do their homework. Man, some of the kids that were writing me recently in these last weeks have been like, hey, telling me details that I didn't even know. They were doing the homework. And I think people that are taking that much time to do that today probably really have a lot more heart and passion for why they're wanting to look at our school as one of the choices. So
Yeah.
I look at that. I really think too that once I get that email, I always want to see some kind of link of performance. It's important. If I don't get that, it's harder
Yeah.
to determine, do I want to engage with this person
Yeah.
or not? So sending me a link of them playing skills game would be fine, or a highlight reel, whatever. And then if I start to see all those things are lining up, I just then reach out for the phone call. And in the phone call, what I really want is for, first of all, for them to just be willing to share a little bit about themselves, have questions ready. Have
Right.
something that you want to know that would guide the conversation, because a coach can read their script, talk about their school and all those things, and it can go one ear out the other because you didn't really want to hear all that or whatever. Make it like we're having right now, a conversation of interest. We want to really know the answer to these questions. So have some questions in there. And then I just really can get a feel as we're talking. I really ask about their faith. Now, some kids tell me, I don't really go to church. I don't really know what even that Christian thing is about. And I said, okay, all right, then here's what I'm going to talk to you about. I'm going to tell you this. Okay, we are a Christian university. So do you even know what that means? And some will say, I think you got to dress like with your shorts really long and you got, and they're
It's
giving
always the
me,
dress code.
it's so hilarious to me. And I laugh with them and I think it's hilarious. And I go, yeah, we wear nun habits and we carry our Bible around when we're walking from one class to the other and it's getting really quiet. And then I go, okay, let's just back up. And then I start to proceed to tell them, what does this really mean? What would the life look like if you came here? And here's if your aspirations to come to school is to get a degree, is to build great friendships that will last forever, to be on a strong volleyball program and be willing to work hard to achieve the goals that you want, and to live within the lifestyle statement, which is just don't get drunk every weekend, right? And go out and drink and do all this different stuff, then you're good enough. You're
Yeah.
good enough.
Are you open to respecting other people and wanting to
Yes,
respect back?
100%. 100%. And I try to be as honest with I can.
Yes.
I don't hide anything, Matt.
Yeah.
I don't hide anything. We're going to pray before we practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? Hey, you just got to be in the circle. You just got to be in the circle. We're not going to ask you to pray day one. Go,
Yeah.
hey, just we will respect who you are. And some kids, it takes 2 or 3 years before they finally, hey, can I say a prayer? I think I'm ready.
Yeah.
100% you can do that.
It's like raising toddlers. You can't
Yep.
use certain words that you'll use with an adult with a toddler.
Yes.
Prayer is a very confusing word. They have to understand that prayer is gratitude. Prayer
Yep.
is thankfulness. Prayer
Yep.
is being blessed that you've got these people around you, that you get to keep playing this game and you're healthy.
Yeah, that is so right,
When
Matt.
when we define prayer the right way,
Yes.
everybody wants that. Everybody
Yes.
wants that gratitude. Everybody wants to feel engaged and involved and a part of a community and be thankful for the opportunity that they have. So
Yes.
again, Coach, thank you for doing this.
Of course.
I look so forward to our future conversations, and I'll reach out to you, a couple of those kids we talked about, but call me anytime if I can help you or your program or the school, or if there's a kid in the Colorado area you're interested in. That's where I live.
Okay.
I'm always happy to help. Thank you so much, and I'll be cheering for this. I'm going to put that up there real quick and pull it down. I don't want to jinx you, but
Matt, thank
in
you
your
so
corner.
much. I love what you're doing, and I definitely am going to partner. And please feel the freedom to always call. I would love to talk to you every day if I could.
I'm all for it, Coach. Thank you so much. Good luck,
Okay.
and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.